In memory of my late mother, whose yahrzeit is commemorated today. We have a tradition that the first verse of Parashat Emor is all about education. In the Torah, Moses is commanded to explain the obligations of the priests to the priestly family. And in the Hebrew, the Torah says the word Emor, speak, twice in referring to Moses' commandment. Emor alehem, Emor lahem. Speak to them, or you might say, instruct them. Why does the Torah double the verb to speak, to teach? Rashi answers the question by explaining, Lehazhir gdolim al haktanim, so that the priests not only understand their own responsibilities, but that they also have a responsibility to teach their children what those responsibilities are. Moses had a role to play in the education. He is, after all, Moshe Rabbeinu, our teacher. But to convey things that are really important in life, you need more than just formal education. Parents play a really important role, perhaps even more of an important role than teachers do. So Moses is asked to impress upon the Kohanim, the priests, that a crucial part of their responsibilities is to ensure that their children can live up to the expectations of their role. This is an insightful observation, but it leads to another question. If it's so important for parents to play a role in the education of their children, why can't this be the message delivered to all of the children of Israel? Why just to the priests? I want to suggest an answer in the name of Rabbi Zalman Sorotskin of blessed memory, one of the Torah giants of the 20th century. Sorotskin suggests that the Kohanim children had a special challenge that the other children did not have. You see, one of the crucial elements in education is the effect that your friends and your classmates have on you. Most of us, especially with the resources available to us nowadays, can handle the basic teaching, the math, the English skills that children have to learn as they grow up. What I can't do, as I'm realizing more and more nowadays, like I'm sure most parents are, is recreate those other aspects of school, the social environment of learning that reinforces a sense of mutual responsibility that students have for each other, that creates that educational atmosphere that is so important to encourage learning. These can really be crucial. In Israelite society, at least when there was no quarantine, all the Israelite children were supported by that social atmosphere of school. But the Kohanim also had to go to Kohen school. And they must have felt like kids used to feel in the days when Hebrew school happened after school, stuck taking extra lessons while all of their friends got to go outside and play or got to go home. And Sorotskin submits that this is why there's special instructions given to the parents of the Kohanim. Kohen children need special attention because they will be different. Their education will need to be stressed even more, a product of the increased responsibility that they bear. My observation is that today our children grow up in a world very similar to those Kohanim children. We teach our kids from the time they are very young that as Jews, they will have special responsibilities and special obligations. And living as we do in the diaspora, these won't necessarily be reinforced by the society around us. In some ways, social pressures that we face can work against what we want to convey to our children. In such an environment, the insights of our Parsha give us tremendous guidance. Yes, we have to be good examples to our children in the way we live our lives, but that's not enough. We have to take an active, even central role in their growth, in their education. It starts, for example, by knowing what our kids are learning in school, reinforcing those lessons, reviewing them with them, making sure they understand all of the concepts that they're being exposed to. And it extends really to all of the other training and wisdom that we think it's important our kids know so that they can navigate the challenges of life. From book smarts all the way to street smarts. If we farm out these responsibilities to others, we shouldn't be surprised when our kids follow society's examples and not our example. So we are reminded, lehazhir gedolim al haktanim. We are each personally responsible and accountable for the well-being of the next generation. May we take on and embrace that responsibility wholeheartedly.